Hey! What's up, friends? Let's see here. Turn that down a little bit. How we leveled? What's up, Gravitex? Good to see you, buddy. How we doing? How we doing? Good. Life is good. Thanks for asking. I'm stoked. I am stoked to be home. It was an exhausting day. We're gonna have a smooth build stream here tonight. I can tell. And then we're gonna be chilling later on tonight. I'm actually testing a PCB as we speak. Yeah, let's switch it over. Just getting through this PCB testing, making sure the Polaris is looking good for later on tonight. We have some prep work before we can actually get into the build. I've got to lay some gaskets, so I'm starting a little bit earlier than I normally do. We're gonna get this prep work done here. Also make sure that everything is looking good for the build. I'm gonna need to remap a couple of things here. It looks like specifically we're gonna need to remap. So it's a win keyless if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna need to remap the I'm testing all these traces. We're gonna need to remap the caps lock. That's not bound to anything right now. So let's go ahead and see what happens. That looks good so far. Let's see what happens when we bring up Via. Ridwan Kenobi, what's up, my dude? My desk mat is the B stock, so it's the lighter version. Yep, honestly, I like it. It looks really good, I think. Okay. So this is mouse over 1 by default. I don't like that. We're gonna set this as mouse over 1 over here. And then let's see what 1 looks like. 1 is a pretty good layout, actually. 1 is missing some things, though. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, it's not interesting. I thought this keyboard for a second. Oh, really interesting. Okay, so take a look, guys. This keyboard layout by default, it's a 60%, but I'm going to show you up here on my keyboard because it'll be easier to visualize. Just know that, you know, of course, you only have this. No function keys up above and none of this cluster. Just this area here. This keyboard has mouse over set to this. So this is how you get to your function layer. And then your arrow keys are, yeah, these are your arrow keys here. J, K, L, and I. This is a weird instance. Like, here's your arrow keys. I kind of like this. I was about to remap it to default HHKB, but I actually like this. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna remap it now, but you miss out on control here. And so that's, you gotta have control. That's too important. I like having control here. So we're gonna do control there. And we're gonna do mouse over on this guy. Let's see here, MO1. We're gonna do MO1 on this guy. Macro layers, MO1 there. And then on 1, we're gonna have these guys be the arrow keys. Boom, 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 boom. The HHKB arrow keys right here. And then you're gonna have a split right shift so that for your arrow keys, you just go like this. So that's what that's gonna be. I kind of like this. The right shift right here, you'll hit mouse over, and then that's print screen. That's actually pretty intuitive. And then over here, your WAS, or actually no, it's not WAS and D, it's ESD and F. That's page up, page down, home, and end. So page up, page down, page up, page down, home, and end. I actually like that. So you're like always on home row here, come over here, page up, page down, home, and end. I like that. And then you have volume up, mute, volume down, mute, and volume up. That's actually pretty good. That's interesting. Like it really keeps you on home row. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see here. Yeah. So then we've got the lighting effects here. I'm just gonna turn this off for right now. Let's turn RGB toggle. There we go. Because it's a board that doesn't use backlight. We're not going to see it anyways, so we're going to get rid of it for now. The giveaway is not this board. This is a client board. The giveaway is going to be a set of artisans I'm going to be commissioning from a good friend of mine. So the giveaway will be for once we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. I will be giving away those artisans to 3 special winners. we'll have a, I haven't decided yet. I feel like the default giveaway option these days is playing marbles, right? Isn't that what everyone's doing? Playing marbles. We'll have like a marbles giveaway. All right. The PCB looks good now. So now when I test this, this should be caps lock now. Or not caps lock, this should be control. Yep, so that's control. Oh, you know what I needed to do? I closed out too early. I closed VIA out too early. I need to do the mouse over. I need to do the mouse over here, and I need to put caps lock on this guy. So this guy is caps lock. Boom. And then on layer 0. Yeah, beautiful. Right control, right alt. And then I believe it's a win keyless, right? Is it win keyless? It's green. Win keyless, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we don't need a right alt. We're gonna have left control, left alt, and then we'll do this guy here. That's gonna be Windows key. I like having a Windows key. What up, Zach? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's good to see you guys. All right, so our PCB is tested. Tested successfully. I'm loading up the instructions on this build here. Yeah, I was just saying, if you guys just tuning in, I'm starting early tonight because I have extra work to do on this case. So, how's everyone doing though? We doing good? Doing good? Yeah, they did a good job on this PCB. I like this. This cutout is going to be nice. That's like such a small little thing, but it's a huge quality of life thing. When you have a nice PCB, it makes a big difference. Makes a big, big difference. All right. Just finished your homework for today. That's what's up. What up, Justin? There he is. What's going on, my dude? Yeah, so let's see here. I'm gonna move this cable off to the side here. Just finished testing the PCB. I changed a couple of mapping options around. Yeah, no split backspace. That's what's up. That is what I'm talking about. So we are gonna do a 2U backspace on this build. Basically, we're gonna do the exact same layout as my TKL. We're gonna do a stepped caps lock, right? And then we're gonna do a 2U backspace. We're gonna have a split right shift so that you'll have shift here and then you'll have the mouse over button. You'll have the function layer here, right? And then so I like, personally, I like having that HHKB control. So you'll have mouse over with the function button. You'll hit the function button here and then this to get caps lock. And then you'll have Control, Alt, Windows key, and then Control. That's how I set mine up. And then your mouse over layer is pretty cool. Your mouse over layer, so you keep your hands here on home row, and then you have page up, page down, home, and end. And then over here, you'll hit the mouse over button with your pinky, and then your arrow keys are up, down, left, and right. Up, down, left, right. So when you have the 60%, all you do for arrows is you just go like this, boom, and then you have these guys right here with your index and your middle finger. I like that a lot. Then you have a normal 2U. To get to print screen, you hit the mouse over and the shift key. And then what else is there? I think pipe and tilde. I think pipe and tilde is the same thing. So you'll have the pipe key is dedicated. Let me just double check it. You have the pipe key dedicated. And then I think tilde is on your mouse over layer. Where's tilde? It's not bound. Tilde is this guy. Boom, now it's bound. Done. Done ski. That way if you're coding, I don't know if you're a coder, but if you're coding, you have the tilde still. Tilde and yeah, you'll be good to go. Either way though, just in case you ever use this. The approximately denotation. I use the approximately every now and then, the little tilde for the number. However, if I'm close to something, if it's gonna be plus or minus a figure. All right, so I've got that all done. All right, guys, let's go ahead, move this up. Move that up and out of the way. We've got some prep work to do, which is why I'm going live a little bit earlier than normal. We've got our plate here. And we've got all of our accoutrements here. Let's go ahead and lay out everything we're gonna need for the plate and case. We have to place some gaskets here before we can actually start to build this thing. So we've got a little bit of work to do here. I'll take this out too, so that we can start to ogle this king as well. Okay, I think I've got everything. Oh, nope, I've got something else in here. Oh, no, nothing there. All right, that looks good. Okay. All right, so first things first, we need to, I like how they're specific with this. The first thing they say is carefully remove the weight and set it aside. We'll be so careful. Let me move chat over here. The Sagan layout, well, I don't think we can run that. Let me just make sure I think of what you're thinking here. You're talking about the Sangan is the bottom row, right? The Sangan is the crazy, oh wait, oh, I see, yeah. So everything basically the same except a 1U, except the 2. Oh wait, we have to. Oh wait, no we don't. Here we go. That's how the plate goes. Okay, so I use the Sagan. Is it Sangan layout? I use the Sangan layout. With the exception, I use a 2U backspace instead of a 1U. I don't use split backspace. But yeah, everything else, yes. I use stepped caps lock and I use the split right shift. Sangan. That's a conical, as Zach would say, that's a conical 60% layout as well. So you want the 2U backspace though, right? Like we're doing a 2U backspace like my TKL up here, right? So a 2U here, then we'll do a split right shift, then we'll do the stepped caps lock. Canonical. Man, I'm an idiot. Like part of a canon. Yep, I gotcha. Yep, okay, so yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so we haven't built one of these guys before, so we are going to be following the instruction set. So we'll see how good the instructions are with this thing. First things first, we need to remove the weight. We'll have our... So they send you extra hardware. I honestly like the black hardware. I think that looks pretty nice for a nice little pop. They send you silver hardware as well. And then they also send you some Allen keys. We don't need that. We've got our own keys here that we can use. If I can figure out which one's which here, I believe it's this size. Nope. It looks like maybe this size then. Yep. Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. That's my layout of choice for 60%. I really like the 2U backspace and then having the split right shift. I think that gives you a lot of options. It's a nice layout for sure. Okay. Okay, so there's the weight. It's actually a nice finish. There's very little machining flaws in this weight, even in the edges where, you know, it's not visible, you know, i.e. really important for it to be finished nicely. So that's pretty cool. I can dig that. It's not that big of a deal, but a nice little attention to detail there. All right, so now we need to remove the bottom case from the top case, which I believe we have the right hardware for as well now. Tiny little hardware for this guy. Wait. I didn't hear you're getting arrows as first layer on right control, right GUI, right alt, right shift. No. We don't have that option. It's a Win keyless. It's a Win keyless board, so we don't have that option. But yep, that's the layout we're going with. So everything you see there, except with the Win key blockers. That is correct. Yep, it's blocked. And so the arrows, we're going to use I put the HHKB arrows on there. So the other option for arrows that a lot of people will do is they'll keep, and actually Polaris ships by default with an interesting layout that I've not seen before. So Polaris by default ships with the function button being your caps lock. So that's function. And then your arrows are actually home row here on JKL and I. But what's really interesting is they don't have a secondary function button. And so they have, which isn't too bad of a reach, but page up, page down, home, and end. Page up, page down, home, and end. And so you got to do pinky over here, and then page up, page down, home, and end. You would do like your middle finger for these guys. Or no, you probably do your ring finger. You do your ring finger for this guy, middle finger for page down and page up. And then you do end with your index. And then here you'd have arrow keys. You'd have to hit this, and then your arrow keys are left, up, down, right. Left, up, down, right. So that's interesting. I've not used that before, and I like control here. I like having that as control. So I do control here. To get to caps lock, you do the mouse over button here, which is the split right shift, and then caps lock. And then you have up arrow, left arrow, right arrow, down arrow, up, left, right, down. And then I do like this though, page up, page down, home, and end. So you'd hit this, page up, page down, home, and end. I like that. But then you also have control. So I like this control too. I like having the control down here for gaming, because I'm used to playing Counter-Strike and everything else, hitting control like this, as opposed to like this when I'm gaming. Because this feels awkward. Hitting that right there feels awkward for my control when I'm gaming. But yeah, I'll send you screenshots of it it won't be that big of a deal. The mouse overlayer is the big one that you just need to get used to. And it's via configurator, so that's automatically going to make it really easy for you. I don't need the instructions for this part. I already know exactly what goes on these guys. I know this is a later step too, so while I have the board flipped, I'm going to be a little more efficient than what the instructions say to do. And I'm going to go ahead and drop these bump-ons. I thought I left these out. I'm going to need these a bit more. Yeah, because we've got lots of stickers to play with here for the next probably 20 minutes here, so. There we go. The bump-ons are on. The Xylo Shoe with the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, there we go. So the bump-ons are all on. I wish I was West Coast time for streams like this. I like streaming earlier. I start my stream at 8 p.m. Eastern normally, and man, for a build like this, that would be late. I would be streaming until like 11:30 if I started a build like this at 8 o'clock. I'm still probably going to be streaming until 10 p.m. tonight. All right, that's removed. Let's go back to our handy dandy instructions here and just make sure. Like, it makes me, like, the only thing that is funny about this is they're like so cautious about this build. They make it seem like you're gonna screw up these stickers in such a big way. Like, I've seen what gaskets look like. Carefully remove the bottom case half and set aside. At this point, the case should be fully disassembled. Prepare the plate and adhesive gaskets. Carefully place 6 of the long gaskets onto the plate, 1 per tab. I think we do, yeah, we do these guys right here. Next, we're done with that. That's garbage. Yeah, it's these guys. So we should have enough gaskets. 12:20 in the UK right now, so I'm just barely getting a UK audience in then. What's up from America? Oh man, oh man, oh man. Those little guys are tricky. Tricky to get out of here. I don't want to rip it either. There we go. The first gasket. Okay. Yep, so at the end of this, I will have gaskets on both the top and bottom of this plate. I'm going to move my way through this guy slowly here. Fairly slowly, I should say. This is one of those things, I guess, it's a little bit easier for the group buy runner, but I wish they would have installed all this for you. Like, this is be a nice quality of life thing if they would have just done it for you, you know what I mean? Instead, here I am installing gaskets. I missed the mark on this guy a little bit. Luckily it lifts up, not too bad. I'm going to be a professional gasket layer by the time this is done, so top 3 have been completed. We'll go ahead and place the bottom 3 now. It adds up the cost, yeah. Yep, which totally makes sense. I mean, it adds up, well, so, I mean, if he's counting in his own labor. I mean, granted, I would not want to sit there either and do all of these gaskets myself. So I totally understand. But I mean, if you're the group buy runner, I mean, you have the option. You could have done this for all the people in your group buy. You could have, you know, installed the gaskets for him. So he actually packaged it and got boxes in a really, really smart way. He got boxes and everything, because what a lot of people do when they're doing their keyboard buys is they will, they will actually send the plate and the PCB all in one piece. Like, they'll install the plate inside, or not the plate and PCB, the plate and the case all in one piece. They'll actually install the plate and send it that way so that the plate is protected. He actually shipped it with the plate not attached and they had the cutouts in the case, so you can get away with that. So he probably paid a little bit more for the box that had the extra insert for the plate. But you can also get away with, you know, cutting a corner there and installing it, but then you have to install everyone's plate in their case to make sure it's protected. And I remember Sam, when he was sending out the TGR Jane round 2, that case has like 25 screws you need to undo and then do after you install the plate. So I mean, that's a lot of labor. Nazarus has just followed. Thank you very much, Nazarus. Appreciate that. Enjoy your stay. So yeah, that's a lot of labor. Totally a lot of labor. So man, we're getting OCD with these stickers, making sure they are perfect. There we go. Yeah, when I ship to any buyer, I attach the plate to the keyboard if it is unbuilt. A safer option. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't want your plate free floating around in your box. That would not be ideal. So I wonder if Keycolt attaches these themselves by hand, or if they have a machine that does it once it gets off the assembly line. Zach and George stream them every now and then, do they not? Don't they? Does anyone know the answer to that? I wonder if they install the gaskets by hand. There we go. Gaskets are all installed. This guy right here needs a little bit of loving. I didn't notice this one. That one was trying to make a little smiley face there. Need to pull this side over here as well. There we go. Okay, gaskets installed. All right, what's next? Yes, I built a couple of Keycolts, and the gaskets are much thinner. All right, now, blah, 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 blah. Repeat on the other side. There should be 12 gaskets installed at the end of the step. Note, as per the previous steps, if you're planning on using aftermarket custom plates, place the gaskets on the bottom of the case where the plate tabs overlap. Yeah, so we're not planning on doing anything aftermarket here. This is all per spec, and so we should see this plate fitting in there. Yep, with the gaskets lining up just perfectly, which they do. So we're looking good there. All right, set up. Set the completed plate aside. Now it's time to prepare the case top half and small rectangular gaskets. Okay, so those guys probably go like one. Well, let's see. Where do these guys go? Ah, they're very small rectangular gaskets. So they go here, 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 and here, and then one there and one there. That's interesting. Do I not have cutouts for those guys? There's no cutouts for them. It almost looks like they indicate cutouts on there, but for them, but they do not. And so I'm assuming I'm looking at these guys here. Yeah, these are the little gaskets for the case. Okay, so you have a couple of these extra plate gaskets here. We'll put those aside. We're gonna use tweezers for this. We're gonna use the small little guys though, because these are very tiny little stickers. Now I'm confused. So it looks like those are the ones, because this is, what is this step here? Oh, I see. They should be placed at plate height on the center band, flush to the lower edge. That's an interesting cutout there. Okay, I'm curious, why do they do that then? What's the purpose of that gasket? Oh, what? Hold on, they have a note in here too. Due to a mistake on our end, when using a 2.75U shift and a 2.25 enter, the inserts may collide. In this case, clip the overlapping bits with wire cutter or similar. This should have no negative effect on the shims actually doing their job. The shims doing their job? What in the hell? Well, we don't have to worry about that because we're not using a 2.75 shift. So yeah, we won't have that stabilizer. All right. Yeah, so I'm curious, guys. What is the purpose of having these little guys right here? I'm looking right now. Oh, these are for your stabilizers. That's peculiar. Do I need this? Do I need those on here? What in the world? I've never seen that before. Are these... Who's used these before? Yeah, these are used for the stabilizers. Okay, so what is the story behind this? Step 1. Prepare and tune stabilizers you need for your planned layout. Prepare and lube the switches as well. For stabilizers that sit loosely, such as cherry clip-in or GMK screw-in, insert the provided stabilizer shims onto the stabilizers, with the side having the shiny rectangle facing up. For firmer sitting stabilizers such as Duroc and Everglide, this is not necessary. That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. All right, so install the stabilizers onto the PCB. An example showing the shim is shown below. Okay, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. The larger side gets the side that doesn't screw in. The smaller side gets the one that does screw in. Oh, and you know what it is? Okay, so that's what it is. Due to a mistake on our end, when you're using a 2.75 shift on the right side and the 2.25 enter, the inserts may collide. So you just have to clip the overlapping bits with a wire cutter. They should have no negative effect on the shims actually doing their job. So you probably have to cut, what is it, the shims that get too close to each other? I'm guessing that's what it is. The shims get too close to each other on this side if you're using those. And then, yeah. Because the PCB is too thin, the stab screws become loose. Interesting. So what is the thickness of this PCB? Is it a 1 millimeter? Which, that's dope as hell. Like, I mean, how did... Because the PCB was really thin on the 360 too, the 360 Corsa. I wonder how they got away with having a thinner... Well, actually, you know what? The more I think about it, I used cherry clip-in stabilizers, but they're saying that's the same thing, but then I toothpick modded it. So maybe that's why, because I toothpick modded it, it wasn't that big of a deal. So they also suggest to tape the flex cuts in the PCB for acoustic. To tape it? No kidding. Ridwan Kenobi, you are a wealth of information right now. So that's peculiar as well, because we were just unboxing this the other day, and the PCB on the 356 Mini has this exact same cutout in it, which is really nice for flex, but I think you'd not want to cut it for acoustics. It is in the build guide. Okay, so let me see here. I'm looking, putting it all together. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Be careful not to force the assembly. This can tear the vertical gaskets off the top case half. Yeah, so those vertical gaskets. I'm still confused about the vertical gaskets. I guess is that just to make it so that there's no wiggle between, like no acoustic sound hitting the sides of the case when your PCB and plate are in there? I mean, that's over the top. That's such a minimal thing, but man, that's they've really put a lot of thought into detail here and making this, you know, making this really acoustically pleasing. All right, so further acoustic tuning. We found some new acoustic info after starting production, so we weren't able to get these changes into the final product. Here's what we suggest. Tape the PCB flex slot that cuts across the middle shut with electrical tape or similar so that it's completely sealed. Similarly, do the same for the flex cuts in the plate along with any switch positions that are unused. Interesting. Yeah, I'll tape that flex cut. So do we need to tape it on both sides or just tape it right on the top? That's super interesting, lads. I'll just tape it right on top here. Hold on, let me grab some electrical tape. Yeah, I would have totally missed that. Thanks for bringing that up, Ridwan Kenobi. That's like at a later point in the build guide. All right, so let's see here. A little bit further testing here on the PCB. So that's going to be too wide by itself. So we're going to need to cut this. So I've got, I wish I had a better knife. I've got scissors here right now. But that's okay. We're going to do a little, we're going to do a little elementary school trick here. No worries, it would take some desoldering, nothing else. That's true, because yeah, because it's a half plate, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But still, yeah, nice to have caught it beforehand. All right, so we need tape at about, we'll give ourselves a little extra length. We need about that much tape. So we are going to, you guys can't see this, I've got the tape pulled out and I'm holding it against the, I've got it taped down to the desk right now. Give myself a little bit extra again. There we go. Let's see what we actually do need. Man, we don't need too much. I don't want to overkill with this tape. So we need like less than half of this electrical tape actually on it. So let's go ahead and cut this tape here, which I have a feeling is going to be easier said than done. But I'll get my arts and crafts on. Let's see if I did it right here. Oh no, the tape came off of my desk. All right, let's see if we got it here. There we go. Do we need to do the other side, or is one side fine? We've got one side taped. You gonna focus, camera? If I don't put my hand up there, focus gets angry with this lens. So we've got one side taped. That tape line right there. They don't specify. Instructions weren't clear. Got my junk stuck in the ceiling fan. All right, so any switch positions that aren't used, they also recommend putting extra tape in there too. That's fine. I can go ham. We've got extra time here today. We will do it all. We will not need this guy. We're going to turn it upside down for this part. Okay. Then we can also block, this middle guy here, the 2.75U shift key. Man, this guy went nuts with acoustic testing. If they're gonna do all this work though for it, I'll go nuts too. I'm game. There we go. That's blocked. What do you think of not taping and using a brass plate instead? I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not a big fan of brass myself personally, so I wouldn't use brass. But you know, if that's your thing, go all in. Was brass an option in the group buy? Oh, you know what we're gonna do here? If I tape this, we're gonna add too much extra distance. I don't want to tape the ones that are to the right and left of the backspace, because we're not only using a stabilizer there, but we're also using we're gonna be using these little guys on the stabilizers there too. So we're not taping those. All right, are there any other switch positions we're not going to be using? We're using all those guys in the middle. We taped the standard caps lock. We can tape the wing keyless stuff. We're not going to need the wing keyless switches. Or the wing key switches, I should say. So let's tape those guys. Tape that guy lengthwise there. And we can do one more tape here onto the right wing key side as well. There we go, that's taped as well now. All right, is there anything else that we can tape? Oh, we can tape all the spacebar shit. We don't need a lot of the spacebar shit here. Okay, so we need to not tape over the stabilizer stuff, but we can tape this guy right here. Because we're gonna do the standoffs for the stabilizer. But we are not going to do a 6.25 or 1U here, so that can go. And we can do the 2.75 split on the other side. We can get rid of that. Okay. All right, so now we have Control, Alt. Yeah, here's the stabilizer cutouts. We technically only need this guy and this guy, so we can tape over this, that, and that if we wanted to go ham. And I guess we are going ham at this point. And we've got everything else taped. Oh, except the stupid ONSI bullshit. We can tape over the ONSI bullshit. Or not ONSI bullshit, the ISO. We can tape over ISO layout garbage. Alright, so let's cut this and put this guy over the 6.25 and 2U stuff. And then we will cut this. And we can tape over the ISO garbage. ISO is right here. Boom. The ISO layout has been taped over. And we're blocking a little bit of the stabilizer there. Let me redo that. Redo that so I'm not blocking the stabilizer insert. Let's see here, like that right there. Boom. Stabilizer insert should be good. All right, what else have we got to tape? Don't let Jay hear me say that. But yeah, I'll say it again. ISO bullshit. Is this a sound thing, or why tape over holes? Yeah, we're just taping over holes. We don't want. It's a chastity thing. No, it's for acoustics. So we are taping over openings that are not going to be used actively by switches and stabilizers. And so Anything pretty much that doesn't either get blocked by a stabilizer. And we're doing it on the back side, so we can close up these two holes as well. We can close these guys up, we just need to do them off to the left and right so that they don't block the inserts. So I'll do a little bit more of a narrower hole here, or a narrower piece of tape here. And we can do this here. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. This is all for acoustics, Jake. All for acoustics. All right, that's done. I want to get this stuff covered too. So that's the 7U, we need that. But this is the 7U on this side, so we can put tape over this guy too. At this point, I'm just getting super OCD with tape. I probably have taped up this Polaris more than anyone else has. Probably don't need to be going as ham as I am right now, but they said tape the holes I'm not using, so I'm gonna tape those holes. And again, so long as we're not covering the side up top, we can tape this guy too. That guy's not being used. Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of like the beauty of when you make a 60% and you make it with a single set layout, or maybe you just have a couple of extra layout options. You don't get as many holes in your plate. Like this plate, or this PCB has got a ton of holes in it. This thing is full of dents. And so when you make a layout as a designer, or make a keyboard as a designer, and you make it with only a set amount of layouts, you don't have all these extra holes. But because most designers like bringing things to market with options to appeal to a wider base, they therefore leave, they leave options available to people. So we can tape this, so long as we tape this guy in the middle, we can tape that too. We just can't tape over the spots where we're gonna be doing the screws. So it's this guy right here that we can tape over. There we go. All right. This thing is taped up. Yeah, reminds me of you a little bit, Zach. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. I will tell you one thing though. I'm a big fan of this plate. If you look at the plate is set perfectly. Look at the bottom row. That is a 1.5 7U set layout. It has an option for you to put your stabilizer in, your spacebar switch, and your 1.5 bottom row. Nothing else. That's the way it should be. As a builder, that is an absolute godsend, because just about 90% of my clientele always do the same layout on the bottom. It's almost always pretty much the same. They want the 1.5 7U, and yeah, I mean, it just makes life easier when it's set like that. I need to cut a little bit of this off. God, that was a perfect cut. Okay. Yeah, Zach, we talk about this all the time. You and I, we talk about this all the time. So let's see, guys. Who wants to guess? How many 5-pin holes have I taped over on accident with all this tape I'm putting on this PCB? I hope the answer to that is none, but we have put a lot of tape on this PCB. All right, this thing better sound thick with what I've done to it. Come on, what are we doing here? Hello? I'm right here. Look at my beautiful hands. Right here. Come on. Focus. Focus. It really wants to stay focused on... Where's my focus area on this thing? Rip if I interrupt this, guys. I'm sorry. Autofocus. Focus area. Center. There we go. Now I should be easier to focus on. There we go. So you guys can see all the tape we've put on it now at this point. We've pretty much taped over everything we're not using actively. I might have missed some things here and there, but I'm pretty sure we got just about all of it. All right. We'll put this off to the side, the tape that is, just in case we need it for anything else later. We can put our scissors off to the side. Pretty sure we're done with those. I can get this electrical tape off my finger. I cannot get this electrical tape off my finger. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now back to this guy. PCB is done. So this guy has, oh, beautiful. They are marked. They're at least marked on the sides here. I have the little dimples there. You guys can see that right there, that little dimple that marks the gaskets that go on the side. Okay, so, all right, let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry guys, I'm getting to the part where I need to put these guys. Okay, yep, so the first one, these are the little side gaskets that we're installing now. I want to come at it from this angle. Okay, that one's done. Can you guys see this better if I do like that? Sorry, I can't zoom in too far. Huh. It's actually not that challenging. The build guide makes it really easy, and it's really cathartic, actually. I'm quite enjoying placing the stickers. Like, I'm in no rush. I started my stream about an hour early tonight. Like, this is actually a really cool build. Like, give yourself, with this kind of a build, give yourself plenty of time and just enjoy the process. I'm enjoying chatting with you guys. It's cool. All right, we want to get that guy like that. Like, once you get the hang of it, like, placing the stickers is really pretty enjoyable. And you get good at them, and you're like, yeah, that was a well-placed sticker. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. You have those like gaskets on the side on this guy. It's pretty wild. I've not seen a keyboard with gaskets like this, and so I'm into it. I can dig it. All right, we're gonna do the other side here now. And it's the same thing. They go, the orientation of these gaskets go to the outside. Little piece of hair on my desk. Okay. And you definitely want to move slow too, because I've got some tweezers right now that are sharp too. So I don't want to poke your case. There we go. Those guys are installed now. Now we have to do the ones on the side. So it looks like you pretty much just center them up on the side. There's a little piece of something here. That's not going anywhere. That's fine. It's nothing. It's not raised or anything, is it? Nope. Balance there. Yeah, for $265, this keyboard is a steal. I can tell the guy who made this put a lot of thought into acoustically treating this case. Like, they put a lot of thought into this. This is really well made. You know, in a build process like this, in my mind, it makes you appreciate it a little bit more too. Yeah, like you feel a little bit, you know, in touch with the designer when it comes where you have to do a little bit more to it. By the end of the process, you're like, oh man, I can tell this guy thought about this. Who's that? Nick M. Nick, you are still waiting on your keycaps. I'm sorry, dude. You win keycaps, and then all of a sudden you say, don't worry, dude, I'll come by and I'll scoop them up at some point. And then coronavirus hits. And social distancing and everything else. We'll get on the same page, my dude, as soon as this finishes up. All right. We are done with the top case. We are done with the, I don't think we have anything to do to the bottom of the case. Nick M with the sub, tier 1 sub. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, my dude. All right. Nick, you didn't catch it yet, man. So this is, I've made some changes to the stream. Check this out. We've got a new just chatting window. You can see my long hippie hair. Dude, look at this. It's bad right now. My hair is so long right now. It's crazy. Yeah, man, we're gonna get on the same page here soon for sure. Have you been playing Valorant still? I actually have not played since I got ranked. I got ranked really low because I never played the, like, I heard a rumor that, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got lucky. I was about to get a haircut that week, and so all right. So take a look at this. Hold on. Let's look here. So I actually did my own hair on the sides, and my wife helped me out with the back. I need to trim the back up a little bit. It's getting a little tight there. But yeah, the sides I actually did. The sides don't look too bad, and the back. But man, like I did not know what I was doing with the clippers. And so the hair up top is like, it's ungodly long. It's so bad. Dude, I am. Here we go. Hold on. It's so bad. Oh my god. Dude. I know, right? Here, we can play some like oh, I don't want to get monetized or demonetized. I was about to play something that would have got me demonetized. We'll keep it with the chill. We'll keep it with the chill copyright free music for now. That's right. So, and they will have it. I have a feeling this is going to be some good ASMR today. All right, so we don't have to do too much with the plate here. Basically, we're loading up the switches here at this point. We've got our switches right here. Oopsie. And then we put the foam in between. So I need to do, it's time to do the stabilizer tuning at the moment now, guys. So let me go ahead and actually put this over here. I got ahead of myself. I got ahead of myself there for a second. Here, we're gonna break into a brand new bag. I don't need the plate yet. And let me just check something real quick too, guys. I had a ping a second ago. Oh, give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to set up a show to record for my wife. So I will be back in just a second. Chill hip hop beats to build keyboards to copyright free. I'm the first person you've ever subbed to? Oh man, I do. I feel very special. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So yeah, so what's up, Nick? I saw your message too. Topra, huh? I'm actually without a Topra board right now. I had an HHKB, but I do not have one at the moment anymore. Rocket League, no shit, dude. That's funny. I played a little bit of Rocket League very casually. I think I got to like, I think I was like gold maybe, or what's right above gold? Maybe platinum? I never got like diamond or grandmaster or anything like that. I played with some guys who like were that good, and oh my god, like the skill disparity between my play and theirs was just absurd. They're like off the walls. That game is crazy. Like, and people came from that game from somewhere else too. I can't remember what it was called. People came to that game from another game, which was totally nuts. All right, so we need, how many stabilizers do we need here? We need the shift, the backspace, and the enter. Shift, backspace, enter, and then the space bar. So these guys go back into my collection. All right. That looks good there. All right, we're gonna use these crazy little things for the stabilizer build tonight. We're also gonna put the extra gaskets away in this drug baggie. These baggies are garbage. Nothing in there. Except the feet that go on the bottom of the case, and we don't really need that. It's the hardest game ever. You're close to diamond, dude. Well played. I'll have to install so you can school me at some point in some one-on-one. Yeah, the ceiling is so high on that game. The learning curve is nuts. Like, it's one of those games where you can like pick it up and instantly have fun, but then if you get into it competitively, you'll find quickly that you're getting dunked on by people. Yes, that is exactly right, Nick. There was some game, it was like some battle cars game or something like that. Yeah, the people that came from like the battle cars game playing that competitively, which there was, I'm sure there was like a competitive scene for that too. Those kids are insane. Absolutely insane. There we go. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, no, that's where I got to. Like I saw, I was like, dude, I'm gonna play this game competitively, and I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna go pro. And then I ran into people that actually played that battle car game. They were like, yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. No, you're not. And I said, yep, you're right. No, I'm not. I'm some hot garbage. Yeah, they're like hitting it off the walls backwards, upside down, juggling it through midair, like not missing a beat. I'm like, yep, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Playing 1v1 in that game was really polarizing, though. I'm building the Polaris, and that game was polarizing. I had difficulty with that thing. Like I would enjoy playing 1v1, and then I would get stomped by somebody and be like, what am I even doing? The worst in it though was when you were playing 1v1 and you'd get raged and then you'd be like, I'm better than this guy. Like you'd be evenly matched and you'd be losing and you'd be like, I'm so bad. Why am I so bad? And this guy's worse and he's beating me. Like when you get scored on by that guy who can like barely play, you're like, I need to go reinvestigate. I need to reevaluate some life decisions I've made. Yeah, prefer threes. I hear that. You can carry me in some twos, dude. We'll play at some point. I will warn you. I am absolute garbage. But yeah, I heard they brought the hockey variant of that game into ranked play. It'd be pretty cool. So what's the next keyboard after the Real Force, Nick? Where are you going now? When are you going to join the wonderful world of MX? Or are you staying Topra? You could get one of those HHKB hybrids too. That would be a fun build. They have the ability for you to map the keys to built in now. You don't need to get the Hasu controller for the HHKB anymore. You can just get one of those new hybrids, change your key map up. And then you've also got the ability to go Bluetooth or plug it in. I definitely would get one of those. Once I actually get like the media computer. So I'm thinking about upgrading my computer here in the next couple of months. And once I get that, then I will turn my old computer into just a media computer for the living room. And I'll definitely need to get a Bluetooth keyboard then at some point. Yep. I don't know what to put that GM key set on. I think wireless has any input lag. I mean, if you're gaming with it seriously, then yeah, sure. But if you're just using it like as a media PC in your living room, then yeah, why not? I mean, it's more for the comfort there, baby. Media PC in your living room, just chilling back, laying on the couch with the HHKB in your lap, clacking away. Thocking away. I should say thocking away. You're not really clacking away on an HHKB. All right. Yeah, so what's the word, man? What's new? Are you going into work these days? or you live in that work from home dream. Let's see if I think here. Let's see. I wonder if I'll need any. I might need some washers for the screws. It looks like we're overlapping some of these. There, maybe not so much. And then, hold on. The enter key. Where's the enter key? There's the enter key. Yeah, we might need some washers for this guy. Sorry, I was just taking a closer look at the PCB, seeing if we would need any washers for this thing. Full remote, that's what's up. There you go. We'll go ahead and take the washers out of my bag of tricks here for a moment. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our plate here. Hold on a second, guys. I don't want to be lubing on my desk mat. Okay, extra gaskets there. The crazy little shims for the stabilizers there. That guy right there. I'm going to put the top case right here. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You've been doing some online AMAs with college engineering departments. You're considered buying one of those Erman Miller chairs since you've been in the home office so much. Nice, man. Yeah. Yeah, get an Aeron. Get an Aeron, dude. Those things are dope. I have the cheap IKEA variant on this guy. It's not too bad. You can see it here. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, the Aeron. Yep, I've got one of the Aerons at the office. Go used for sure. Getting a used Aeron, you can probably pick one up in the range of maybe like just over 1,000 for a good one. You want to get one. You want to get a good one, right? You don't want to get one that's like crazy used, but like you can oftentimes find like offices that are getting rid of stock, and if they've got extras, you can jump in there for cheap. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard people doing most often. I need to put all my paintbrushes except the number 0 away, because every time I go to get the paintbrush out of here, I end up having to go through every single one to find it. Is this it? 0. I should just look for the one that has the growths teeth marked in it. Can pick up an older one for like around 400 or 500. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Tyson's isn't too far for you though. What is that? Just like about 30, 45 minutes? Or am I off? Tyson's is my neck of the woods. That's only about 15, 20 minutes down the road from me. And what, the office has the coronavirus special going on? Is that what was working, or were you saying this was before? Yeah, right, exactly. You don't want that. You don't want that for sure. You gotta get one that is lightly used, no doubt. Because not only that too, but like they'll scuff up the armrests. Like mine at the office is all sorts of scuffed up. the assholes that used mine before I had it, or they were like rolling into their desk and they had it at like, they had the armrests at a height where the desk was scraping against the armrest, so the armrest is all scratched to shit. Like, it's so annoying. The armrests are like giving me a rash on mine. I just keep them down so low I barely even use them. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. Sounds like an interesting pickup, though. That'll be fun. It kind of weirds me out, though. I went with the cheap IKEA version. Maybe I'll get one that's lightly used one day, but getting a used chair for home kind of weirds me out. Using a used chair at the office is one thing, but like I'll chill in my like shorts on a, you know, chair at the house, whereas in the office I'm always wearing pants. I don't want to be sitting on somebody's Cheeto crumbs with my bare legs. Not that I'm walking around in booty shorts too often at my house, but just saying. Ugh. If it were the office chair, you'd hope none, but you never know. I mean, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh yeah, at a law firm? Yeah, there were some nasty people sitting in that chair. Yeah, that chair would be full load dance. I would not be signing up for that. You want to find it though, like you look it over. You want to find the one that like the secretary who actually gave a shit about her workspace was sitting in. Like the cute Pam secretary from The Office, not the fat bitch. Yeffy, what up, my dude? What's good? We're tuning stabilizers, my dude. We're tuning. Right, yeah, you don't want the Karen chair, that's for sure. Oh shit, Shabab, I didn't update the build? You're the first person who used the build command today, Yeffy. Hold on. Let me fix that. That is not what we're building today. That's what we built for you. Today's build is a Polaris. It is a Polaris with some GMK screw-in stabilizers, and we've got Alpaca switches going into this thing. It's a pretty dope looking Polaris too. It's like a military green case color. You can halfway guess what build it is. Just look over to my right side. Does the weight make it obvious enough what we're building? Yeah, this is a popular one for sure. Okay guys, let's go over here to the CloudBot and go to the build and fix the command for the build. Today's build is a Windkeyless Polaris. 60% with Alpaca switches. GMK, yep, load and clip. Yep, there we go. Confirm, there we go. Bot should be updated. Okay. Nice, yeah, definitely. I'll be providing some feedback on the Alpacas for sure. I've not used them yet either, so this will be a first-time build with the Alpacas for me. This was also a first-time build with the Polaris, so we are we're working our way through this one. Kind of just taking our time, just chilling tonight. The build goes with a lot of gasket mounts, and so you have to place a lot of stickers I also taped the living HE double hockey sticks out of the PCB as well. The PCB is all electrical taped up at the moment right now. Pretty much any opening of the PCB that isn't used, I've electrical taped. And so yeah, it should be acoustically tuned to the extent whereas one cannot take it any further. Yeah, man, the HE double hockey sticks, baby. That's one of the ways I can curse as a dad. You break out all the OG curse words when you become a dad again. All right, let's see here. We are going to paint these guys. So Yeffy, what are you getting into, my dude? Are you building that 60% yet, or are you still waiting on parts? I remember you and your lady were about to get into that project. Have a newborn on the way. Wife is 6 months pregnant. Congratulations. Is that your first? Nice. Congrats, my dude. That's what's up. The first is so exciting. Not that the others aren't exciting too, but once you've been around the block, it's just like, you know, it's just another day after you've had the first. I was watching Last Week Tonight. And John Oliver was talking about it. So he had like Robert Trout. The interview was talking about the MLB. He was like, I'm not quarantining myself. Robert Trout was talking about this. He's like, my wife is almost, about to be pregnant. She's about to deliver her first baby. I'm not gonna miss that. He's like, and John Oliver's like, yeah, no one wants to miss the first baby. Second baby, no one really cares. The third, by the third, I don't even think the wife needs to be there for the third. By the third, everyone's kind of got it figured out. Yeah, it was so much less stress the second time around. To the point where I even like almost felt bad. I was like, I'm not doing any of the things that I did for the first pregnancy for you. This is me talking to my wife, than I did for like the second. And I was like, are you all good? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm chilling. Like the first time around, I was making breakfast in bed every day, and I was all about staying home. And I think the second kid, I got kicked out of the house and got sent back to work after like a week. She's like, nah, you're good. You can get out of here. A display case full of diapers to offer you as a trade for some things on display. There you go. Yeah. Trading diapers for keyboards. Yeffy saw my second the other day. I don't know if anyone else was in stream when we took a break to clip our stabilizers in the kitchen so that we wouldn't get the little black trimmings all over the office. And I came back with the 1-year-old. She was not happy. to finish that build later on that evening. Yeah, that was your build, Yeffy. I was not prepared for that. That build ended up being a lot more stressful than I would have anticipated. Build an acrylic TKL, they say. It'll be fun, they say. I made that thing worlds of hurt more difficult than it needed to be. It's all good. We got there. Did it come in yet, or is it still in the mail? Yeah, there was a lot of Arnold that night. Anything to keep myself occupied and engaged as I went through that thing. I believe there were some Christopher Walken impressions that evening too. Yeah, we had fun with it. It's all good. Just think, if I did this for a living, that would be as stressful as my day would get. Like, that's not that big of a deal. It is funny though when you like start making mistakes on a build, or not mistakes, but when you just, you know, when you mess up. Wow, what the hell did I just say? Not mistakes, just messing up. Am I getting loopy already? It's only 8:30 my time. I don't make mistakes, I just mess up from time to time. Don't worry about it. You okay, buddy? Okay, Max, what are you talking about, my dude? Oh yeah, we got the desk mats coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I got a couple of them coming in as well. I copped a Skulls desk mat as well. I'm super stoked for that. Did you get anything from the Dixie Mech desk mat clean out as well? Garrett found a lot of desk mats in his closet when they were moving. His secret stash. He decided he wanted to clean out some of his secret stash. Yeah, so anyways, I picked up some of the Skulls. I didn't have the Skulls desk mat before, so I'm excited. That'll be coming in here at some point soon, I'm hoping. All right, so we have got the shims. The shimmy shim shims. Ah, yeah, I don't like the Mizu mat. You should have let me know though. It was available when I was on there. All right, so I think I can just break these apart. Okay. Man, look at that little innovation. Do you guys see that? What in the world? Shims on a keyboard? This is crazy. You guys are crazy. If I can get them in. These are going to be difficult to get the positioning on these right. Hey, Lightning with a raid of 50 people. That's what's up, dude. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rob27 Shred, thank you very much for the follow. Jampot, thank you for the follow. What's up, Diego? How did your stream go, man? How is everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're building a Polaris 60 tonight. I hope you had a good stream. Nice. There we go. That's what's up, dude. What were you building earlier tonight? Ah, nice. What'd you think? I haven't seen those yet. you're exempt. A keyboard or a beverage coaster? What is it really? I think the verdict's still out on that one, right? Thanks, guys, for following. I really appreciate y'all stopping by. Yeah, right? There are a few out there in the wild, I think, Zach. Yeah, so similar to Diego, aka Lightning Keyboards, I am a keyboard content creator, if you can even call me that. We're just chilling, building some keyboards. They're production samples, so not out there yet. Coming soon. That's what's up. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking for that. I actually have some TX films on the way. They're good, slightly thicker than the TX films. Okay. Same function. Convenient to get and to use. Nice, that's what's up. ¿Por qué no los dos? No hablo español, mi amigo. Except for that. I took a couple of years of Spanish in school and I don't remember much of it at all. I just don't use it. Nice. Okay. Yep. There we go. There we go. It is both. You've got that right. So this is the first time we built the Polaris. We're getting used to these shims. I've not used these yet. And so I'm trying to figure out how this works here. Because the PCB is so thin, you get these little guys right here that fit underneath the stabilizers. And so we're installing the first one. You guys caught us right in time. Yeah, oh, we went nuts with taping this thing up too, Diego. We put electrical tape all over this thing. So it should be pretty acoustically pleasing. At least that's the hope. That is the hope. Yeah, look at this thing. We put pretty much every switch that's not being used, we put tape over. And so yeah, so there's a lot of tape on this guy. I also put the tape over the slot there in the middle. So I guess, is it AI3? AI03? Or does he pronounce it differently? He put in his build guide for this thing that he recommends taping any of the spots on the board that aren't used. So I went nuts. I went ham. Taped it away. And these shims are really interesting. I was talking about it in chat earlier. Electrical tape gaskets, that's what's up. Okay. I was curious, so I wouldn't think that this Polaris PCB is any thinner than like an OTD PCB, for example. So how did OTD get away with having such a thin PCB when you have, you know, screw-ins and everything? Because you get these shims with this build to assist you in keeping, I guess, the stabs on there. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's weird. I mean, I didn't have shims on my Corsa. I was looking, there's a couple people that are making thinner PCBs as well. Okay. Yeah, so I guess it was kind of like an add-on option, maybe. But then also, mine was built with the OG Cherry PCB clip-ins, and then it was just toothpick modded. And so I don't think I had GMK screw-ons on that one anyways. So, anyways. Hey, so have you built one of these, Diego? I'm wondering if they, if the spacebar does well with it. It looks like the mobility is there on this guy. Or if I need to loosen up the screw on it to make it so that... Nice. Yeah, did you have to loosen the GMK screw-in option, or did it work just fine for you? Yeah, I think they're going for a little bit more aftermarket though these days. I think I saw one was selling for 500 the other day, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, you use the cherry screw-ins. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's pretty nuts though. The designer clearly went all in with the sound acoustic treating, and so it's pretty impressive. But yeah, group by price was like, was shipped less than $300 for the group by price on this thing? Had to be close, right? Because I think group by price was like $265. Does that sound right? Yeah, nice. Less than $300 for a custom these days. That's a steal for sure. So what are your thoughts in comparison to the gasket? The gasket, the 00. The goose-kit. I know it's a different mount and everything, obviously, but nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we've got a half plate with this thing, so it'll be cool. Should definitely have some flex to it. With how thin this PCB is too, ooh, should be nice. I think the unicorn and the goose still have a really bouncy feel. Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. I just wish the unicorn had more plate options. Man, these shims are a little difficult. Difficult to get the placement there at the start. Yeah, I think the unicorn would probably be one of my favorite keyboards. It is. I really like it a lot, but I think it would probably be one of my favorite of all time if it had more plate options. I need to check to see if anyone's done anything aftermarket with it. Maybe get like a aftermarket like aluminum plate or something. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay. I didn't check either. I brought the washers out specifically for some of these guys. I didn't check and see if I'd need them. Once we get this guy going, we'll check it. We'll check and see if any of them are shorting out. Some of them look close. There we go. Stabilizers and shims have been installed. Kind of a crazy look with those shims. Pretty gnarly. Okay, so next, we need to take the Alpaca switches we're putting in this thing and install them into our plate. Yeah, so let me catch up here. Nubs of Fury. Mian. And let's see here. Am I missing anybody? I can't see if I'm missing anybody else. Mian and anyone else? Jampot. Thank you very much for following, everybody. I really appreciate that. Enjoy your stay. Yep. Quick couple of plugs here while I have everybody still in I've been building keyboards since about 2015. A little bit about me. I'm by no means as seasoned as Diego here. Actually, I don't know though. Maybe I am. Diego, how long have you been in the hobby for? But I'm certainly enthusiast grade, that's for sure. I've built probably close to 100+ keyboards these days for clients and myself. Okay. Dude, do I have you beat? I've been in since just after 2015, but I don't know if you can really count that though, because that dates like when I first got into like the consumer grade keyboards. I didn't start going custom and really building my own stuff until probably like 2016, 2017. So probably around like the same time frame. But yeah, nice. And so I've been streaming for about a little over a year now. I do keyboard content, maybe some light gaming here and there. And just try and keep it chill. Yep, just before the DC meetup. That sounds about right. Because I messaged you, Zach, and I had missed it. And then the people who organized the DC meetup after I got in sort of went dark. You got busy, Zach, and so I was like, you know what? I'm doing this thing. And so I ended up organizing. What did I organize, Zach? The 4th? I organized the 4th meetup. And then I organized the one last year, which was the 5th meetup. Do we have one of the longest running meetups? Yeah, so yep, you've got me beat then. Yep, you've got me beat. That's, yeah, so that was at Georgetown, right? Was that that was not actually a keyboard meetup. If I remember correctly, hearing the story, that was a Cheetos enthusiast convention. Is that right? Oh, the switch is not closed completely. Yep, and a Cheetos enthusiast. That's so funny. I remember hearing about that the first time. Yep. Nice. Yeah. We had the perfect setup there too this year. That was fun. Good turnout. I'm super stoked for KeyCon this year, pending everything goes down still. I say that every stream, but every stream I'm still stoked about it. If you guys are new to the mechanical keyboard hobby, you should absolutely try and make your way out to Denver this fall, September 20th. Other Max organized under his Unicycling and Smash Bros campus group. Yep, that sounds right. Yeah, so I didn't make it to any of those. So you guys have me beat. All right, so we need to get our handy dandy foam here. So let's see here. Let's line this foam up. I'm assuming the foam goes like so. That looks about right to me. Maybe over a little bit more. This is wild. The foam in between these two layers. That's so cool. I'm all in. Let's go. Let's see if we can get this thing lined up on the first try. Might take a little bit of finagling here, it looks like. Luckily, we've got some nice PCB mount switches. The switch right here is having a little bit of trouble. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's a good question. The shims, as they're called. And to be honest, it's Henhei. I'm not sure. I don't know if there is a aftermarket vendor that sells those. They are unique as far as I know to this build. This is the first time I've seen them. Anyone else in chat have any idea if they sell those anywhere? This is certainly the first build I've seen them on. There we go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of effect we get with them. They're supposed to make the stabilizer a bit more secure since we're using such a thin plate on this guy. So we'll see. Go. I'm going to attempt to hold this foam all in place. We will get the switches installed here. Keone, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. So the question is, will we hold in there securely as I flip this upside down? And I think what I might do, I might start soldering since we're using the half plate, because I'm pretty confident we're gonna lose some switches as I flip this guy upside down. So we've got the top row and the four corners all in there. Let's go ahead and get prepped up here to solder. Alrighty. So let's see here. The PCB plate foam was installed. Yep, I installed that guy. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad of an install. I basically just kind of put it on I started it with the four corners and just kind of worked it in there. And so, yeah, we'll see. I put a couple switches on each of the edges there so that we'll be held in there. And I'm gonna fill in more of the switches as I go, but I know I'm probably, since it's a half plate, going to lose a couple of switches as I flip it upside down a couple times. So we are just gonna start the soldering process. We're gonna get cleaned up on our desk a little bit too while our iron gets hot. Alrighty, we don't need the lube anymore. All of the stabilizers feel good. Yeah, it looks really good. This has got such a ridiculous amount of acoustic tuning on it. Like it is wild how much acoustic tuning is on this thing. Yeah, as Lightning was saying earlier, for the price, man, oh man, you really get a lot on this guy. Yeah, me too. Not only for the acoustic tuning that's on it, but also for the switches. Those Alpacas are supposedly pretty cool, and so I'm excited to hear them as well. All right, we're heated up, 675. Let's go ahead and start up some soldering, guys. I'm actually gonna open my window instead of using the fan tonight. They are lubed, and I believe they're filmed as well. No, they might not be filmed, but they are lubed. I believe they are 205G0. Right? Is that the lube they used on it? 205? Oh, man, we might be windy. We're windy up in here. If that door keeps slamming, let me know. It's like we got ghosts up in here. The door's slamming. Oh my god, it's still moving. Okay, buddy. Stay still. The breeze actually feels really nice though. I am soldering in at 675 right now. That's what I generally use. I sometimes will turn the temperature down for like Zeal and alias housing because the tolerances on those switches are a little bit less. But for the most part, 675 is my magic number. All right, that guy looks good. Oh, see, our first casualty. I'm gonna go ahead and get this corner in now. Oh, they're not that great either, so I should probably turn the temperature down for this one as well. I've not used these switches before either. I should have looked them up. I don't want to burn them. It's a super thin PCB too, so I would assume that heat would transfer through this thing a lot faster. Okay, cool. Oh, I gotcha. Yep, so that, yeah, you don't need to sticker it or anything, or film it. I gotcha. All right, friends, this is always a fun part. It's hard for me to pay attention to chat when I'm soldering in, so I always like to do a little bit of a spiel here. So if you guys are tuning in for the first time, I know we've got a decent number of first-time viewers perhaps tonight with this with the raid from Lightning. As I said before, I do keyboard-related content. I'm starting up again. I took a little bit of a break. I am going to be streaming on Tuesday nights for sure, with the potential of Thursday nights being added in here real quick. So pretty regular content. It's almost going to be all keyboard related. Every now and then I'll do a little bit of light gaming content after like an unboxing night or something like that, but it's typically pretty laid back. I'm a terrible gamer, and so it's always just me chilling and having fun. Couple of new updates. I am affiliated now with Zeal PC. If you guys are in the market for any Zeal products, I do have an affiliate link there at the bottom of my page, which gives me a little bit of a kickback. It helps me make upgrades to my streaming setup and everything else here, and you get 10% off your order. I'm also affiliated with Mint Autumn. Jack Static is a long supporter of the stream. He's a super great guy in the community. He's been making keyboards. You'll have seen and be familiar with his Rukia keyboard. He is an awesome designer. I love that Rukia keyboard. I'm super stoked to get another one actually here later on this year. And you can check out the link to his website. He will be adding new products here soon. TM. And aside from that, let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what kind of keyboards you guys are working on. Or if you're interested in keyboards. I do these builds for clients. 90% of the boards I build on stream are client builds. And so if you too are interested in having a keyboard built by yours truly, slide into my DMs in Discord and I'd be happy to discuss it. All right, Zach. Always good to see you, my dude. I'll catch up with you later on this week, my friend. I always like to go into a little bit of detail too here as I'm soldering. Go over some tricks, especially on a board like this. So what we're building tonight, guys, this is a half plate. It's a FR4 half plate, if I'm not mistaken. And so especially on the middle switches here, I know it looks like there's a plate here. This is actually just a foam insert. So there's nothing holding those switches in on the edges really to speak of, except the 5-pin legs on a switch. And so you can see the 5-pin legs on the switch here. The one in the middle, the 2 through holes that you solder in, and then the 2 plastic components there on the sides. That helps to hold it steady, but especially with a half plate and also plates that don't hold the switch in on the sides. So like your pipe key here, for example, that guy typically doesn't get held in by a plate on all 4 edges. I always like to do a little trick with those guys to make sure that the switch gets in there fully and makes good contact. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna do our caps lock key here now. First thing I like to do is push it so that it's getting good contact, so I know initially right off the bat we're good. And then, oh, hold on one second. I need to remove a piece of electrical tape. I did too much. There we go. And then once I know I've got good contact there, I solder 1 through hole first, and I'll show you why. So you solder 1 through hole here. Boom. And then what I like to do is I take the index finger, put it over the switch. As I'm holding the switch in place, I'll heat this element up and then push the switch through a little bit. I push the switch through and then I take the element off and let it dry. And now that it's not molten, I know that that switch is held in there. The good old Woden technique, that's right. New types, what's up, man? Good to see you in chat, dude. Any first-time solderers will be appreciative of that one because, you know, the one thing that soldering's pretty easy, right? You know, nothing much to it. But the one thing that you can tell if someone's not got much experience is if they end up with crooked switches. If you're like, you can look at like people building on Reddit, if like this key is crooked or maybe like the bottom row looks a little crooked with those keycaps, oftentimes it's because the switch isn't installed straight. I definitely like to do this. Now I will do this technique on the key switches on the edges as well as the corners, right? I'll do it there, and then typically once you get that done, you're pretty much good. Once you get those edges done and the corners, you're pretty good. You're securely in there at that point on most plates. Now we're working with a half plate tonight, so all bets are off. We don't have that plate holding these switches in the middle, so I will be just seeing on a case-by-case basis how these switches feel as they go in there, and we'll just take our time with it. That's the main thing, take your time. It's good to, like, you know, summon that inner Bob Ross. Get the tranquil calm going as you're soldering in. Once you've done it once or twice too, man, it's comfy. It's no big deal. So anyways, I'll get off my pedestal now. Talk to me, chat. What are you guys building? What projects are you guys working on? Who's got some cool keyboard builds coming up? Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's do the top row now. The top row should be pretty good because that's actually held by a plate. This might be the one really easy breezy row we get. Hopefully not, but we'll see. And then shameless plug, if you're still feeling a little nervous about soldering, just send it to me. I'll build it for you. Might desolder your Polaris, there you go, but too afraid of my PC breaking in the process since there will be no extras. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, if you've only soldered it up once, the likelihood of you breaking the PCB, desoldering it, is pretty low, frankly. I mean, it's a pretty well-built PCB. These pads look pretty nice. But yeah, if you're real nervous, I mean, send it over to me. I'll desolder it for you. I've got one of the FR301 vacuums, and yeah, I'll have it done. I generally charge about 20 bucks an hour for desoldering, and I also always just quote an hour. I mean, unless it's like an 1800 with like LEDs on it, I typically don't need more than an hour to desolder a board. So for return shipping and the PCB desolder, you're probably only looking at like 30 bucks. This switch looks like it fell out a little bit. You know what we're gonna do? Just since I want to make sure all these are in there well and good, we are just gonna solder one pin in for all of them here. Solder one of them in there. Oh, and we had a switch here. This little guy's having issues with his stem. All right, so now that we have one through hauled in, we'll use ye old through hole trick here to apply some pressure to each of these switches. Make sure they're all in there nice and secure. We might be having to do this for most of the switches here tonight. We'll see. Ye old solder and breathe out technique. That's safe, right, guys? Hey, Ridwan Kenobi, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Always good to see you in chat. Take care, my dude. Okay. Beautiful. That's looking really good. So I just wish if I could have one request with the Polaris, I would make it so that these PCB mount switch through holes were a little tighter. Because these guys, we are going to have to just go row by row because each row is just going to fall out. A half plate is more difficult to build than a full plate, yes. So it requires different switches too. You're going to need to get PCB mount switches. And if you missed it, the PCB mount switches are just the ones with the 5-pin. So it's the ones with, do you see those extra little plastic legs there by my thumb and index finger? You got to get switches that have those. And yeah, once you get the hang of it though, it's not too difficult. I'll show you how I do it so that it's not that bad in terms of timing either. There's an extra time component to it, but it's not too terrible. I've built customs before with no plate. I've done no plate tray mount 60s before, and those are even more of a pain in the butt. So hard, no. More time consuming though, yes. So you can see how I'm just going row at a time, and I'm hoping that when I do this, I don't lose a bunch of switches. And what I'm gonna do is my recommendation for half plate builds where the switches aren't really held in that well by the PCB is you just do one stem of the switch at a time. So there's one. There's the second switch. There's the third switch. Just go all the way down the line. One switch at a time. One stem of the through hole at a time. And then when we get to the end here, which we're there now, we'll circle back around and we'll push these through a little bit. Hey, Nerontor, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. And what I'm doing is the trick that I just showed you guys, where I just touch the element, the single stem that we've soldered in, and I'm just pushing it up a little bit. My preferred layout is actually, well, for 60%, it's exactly what I'm building here. So it's a 2U backspace with a split right shift, and then I do 1.5, 1.5, on the bottom with a stepped caps lock. So it's exactly what we're building here tonight. This is not my build. This is the client build, but they're right on the same page as me. We're actually going to go at it from this angle so that we're not pushing with my palm against that seam there. I wasn't putting too much pressure on it, but I just want to be sure. So yeah, that's in my opinion the best 60%. ANSI bottom row with split backspace. Yep. Yeah, I can understand that. Split backspace is not a problem for me. I don't mind the split backspace. It really just comes down to the bottom row for me. I don't like anything except the 1.57 bottom row. I'm very opinionated about that. And it's all just preference. But the reason I like it is because I use a lot of OG Cherry keycaps. And so unless it's a 7U, you don't have that compatibility for those keycap sets. And so that is pretty much the reason why I'm using the layout I use. Here, I'll show you guys real quick a build that is my 60% layout. This is pretty much what I use every time. So that right there. And then I use the HHKB arrows. So up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. And then caps lock is control. I use the HHKB control. And then the function modifier on caps lock is and then this is the control alt. I use the Windows key. It's pretty standard Windows key, and then alt Windows control there too. This is the unicorn. So yeah, pretty nice 60. I like this one. But yeah, that is my 60% of choice. I used to be all about the HHKB layout. I liked the split backspace for a long, long time. I got really comfortable with that split backspace option. And I actually was like using it, on TKLs and stuff, which now in my opinion, using a split backspace on a TKL is like heresy. But yeah, to each their own. It's all preference. But yep, if you're like me and you like those OG Cherry keycaps, then you got to go with the 7U bottom row. Ha! Nice neg there, Yeffy. Okay, buddy. Give me all your schmeckles. There we go. So that row's done now. So in the way I did that, that kind of ensures that all of our switches go in nice and straight. Get a nice crispy line of switches. There you go. Man, you all gassed up? I've been spending all my schmeckles since quarantine started. That and all my Trump bucks. Spent them all. That's responsible spending there for you. So man, good or bad, I've got to say I'm digging the aesthetic of these Alpaca switches. It's that whole, you know, got that whole Olivia theme to them. At the rate things are selling on Mech Market, you can't even spend them if you tried. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them, Justin. I'm excited for this. On many fronts. We're calling this the Electrical Tape 60. If you guys didn't see it, I'll get another close-up of the electrical tape job that we did this on. I'll give another close-up here on that in just 2 seconds. Let me go ahead, since I turned it upside down and these switches are prone to fall out, I will show you guys all the electrical tape that we put on this thing. AI3 made the mistake of saying, hey, if it's a switch spot that you're not using or a stabilizer spot you're not using and there's a hole on the board, you should cover it up with electrical tape too for the acoustics. And so I covered up all the holes for acoustics. I should electrical tape all the LED holes too. Just send a strip of electrical tape down all of them. I basically cut a strip of electrical tape for the long seam that goes down the middle. I for sure wanted to get that one. And I only needed like half of what I cut. And so then I just had a whole bunch of extra electrical tape that was just sitting out. So I was like, you know what? We're sitting on it. We may as well use it. So yeah, take a look. Look at the bottom especially. We electrical taped that thing up. There's a big long thing of electrical tape that runs down that seam there in the middle. And then yeah, all the stabilizer cutouts, the whole bottom row, the right side, the left side. 2 Polaris is sold on Mech Market just during the time I logged into your stream. $450 and $500. Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, that's like a $150 to $200 markup because these things were probably shipped for $300. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, this is not. We got ghosts up in here. No, it's just the wind. I'll be honest. For $400, this would not be a bad deal at all. I don't know if I mean, it's this market though. $500. I'm not surprised. I mean, you had Clacker's Care event going off, and that what did the key cold end up selling for? Did the key cold break 4K? Granted, it was for charity, and so people always feel a little more inclined to overspend when it's for charity. But oh my god, like in the Bauer sold for like just under 3K, I think, which was beautiful. That polycarb Bauer, that one's so dope. What do you guys think of Nathan Kim's Bauer? The white Cerakote with the pink. That bubblegum pink, I think, looks pretty good. Yeah, that's true. No, I hear ya. It is just, it is what it is. You're winning the Bauer? Are you the, oh, with the Nathan Kim one? Okay, okay. I thought you were talking about the auction for a second. I was like, okay, Mr. Moneybags. Or are you talking about the auction? In which case, oof. Congratulations to you, sir, if that's you. All right. What was I gonna do? Oh, the auction Bauer with the teal. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, that Bauer is nuts. All right, so Yeffy, you always hate on me for not having any color on stream. I already have the best pink board in existence. The second best I would say is the OG pink unicorn. That thing is on point. But the pink 910 I have is the best. I already own the best color. That's the one right there. Yep, that's the one right there. That's the best 910. I don't know if you guys, I used to show this one off more. I need to plug this one in. This is a dope board. There's the spacebar. All right, so here you go. That's the one. The Doge. Yeah, it's a fun board with that flex. Yeah. You want to give me my Trump bucks back? Honestly, a scuffed Q for 300 is still pretty dope. My full board collection is away in like boxes and stuff, but I do have, like, I have a Pelican over in the corner, but I do have ones that I keep out on display out. So you guys already saw my unicorn. I keep that one out. This is another one of my favorites. So look at this. I have some color in my life, just not keycaps. So that's the polycarb bottom with the copper weight. So we got like the keyboard porn going on right now. And then I think this one might be my most expensive these days. I don't know, I still love this one. This is the best sounding keyboard I own, probably, for sure. I have not enough wob. One can never have enough wob. but yeah, this one, that one's got a nice sound to it for sure. I like this one a lot. The V2. Sam did such a nice job on this. Like, you guys can see my overhead camera with that thing. Yeah. Everything you have seen so far is built with vent blacks. Yes. You know. everything I have, all vent blacks. No, I do have a second build for that. I actually had it out the other day. Hold on. The second build for that one's right here. A lot of you guys have seen that one. I don't know if anyone's run into me at meetups, but I had the MX Brown PC half plate for the TGR Jane built up like this at KeyCon, and so it like triggered so many people. So many people were like, "Dude, you put Browns in a Jane?" Yeah, but they're the 5-pin Vint Browns. They're the ones that come in the condom too, the 3181. And so yeah, so they're like new old stock basically. They're like from the I think late 80s is the date code on these. I'm not 100% certain. They might be early 90s. But yeah, the Vint Browns from the 3181 board are super dope. Like people talk about the ones from the 5K all the time, but these ones are the ones that come wrapped in plastic. And so, yeah, like the ones that are wrapped in plastic, they like preserve the essence. I swear you could sell a beige Honda to a Ferrari collector. Dude, if there's a story behind it, sure. I'm beiging out everything. You guys do whatever you want with your color, but I'm putting beige on everything. No, I put those red Vints, I put those red blanks on your polycarb. I think that turned out nice. Don't you? Those are some fun pictures. Those pictures I actually took with a pretty OG lens. I took those with an old school Minolta 50-1.4 lens. I missed focus on the back. Did you notice that one, Yeffy? I was did I already push these through, guys? Let's start with one in the middle. I think I pushed these through, did I? Who remembers? This row is half soldered. I can't remember if I pushed them through or not. They look like they're all pushed through. Yeah, they're pushed through. Yeah, look at the last picture on my Instagram with the one that has the the picture of the back. The back is all fuzzy. I couldn't tell because it's a manual focus lens and I had peaking on, and so I was getting red peaking lines from the PCB, but I apparently wasn't. I thought I had focus on it. It's still a good shot, but it's just a little out of focus. Yeah, you'll notice it now. Yeah, if you're like breezing through it on mobile, you'll never notice. But if you're actually like on the PC looking at it, you'll be like, oh, yep, you missed it there. The first two shots came out great. I could focus and I could actually see what I was doing, but I was looking through the viewfinder with my glasses on. And so doubling up with the glasses got me all jacked up. But yeah, so that lens, I've been shooting some film lately with it, and I heard good things about the if I could talk, the cinema photography abilities of it, and that said, I was like, oh, kind of curious, and so that's when I started going for it. Yeah, WOB does look good on anything, especially if you have like a nicely shined WOB kit. Oh, so nice. Man, all this talk of WOB. I think I'm gonna have to build this up with WOB. I think I have another WOB set. I have one. Oh, I might not. I might be out of WOB, which is a crying shame. What should we put on this, guys? You know what we're doing? I know what we're doing. But I've done it so much lately. I need to do a different keycap set. I was gonna say OG NCR, but I've done that so much. What do you guys think? Should I do OG NCR or another beige set? I also wouldn't mind stealing Dolce. I think Dolce would look really good with the green. We've got this on a green case. Handerbait. I do not own that. The case is this guy right here. It's a green. This like military green case. So WOB would look really good. WOB would look really good. I don't know Dolce. I don't think Dolce would look that good with it. I wish I had like, yeah, olive would look good for sure. Send me an olive set and I'll put it on. I don't have olive right now though. That's actually a set I thought about getting. That's a pretty underrated set. I saw it the other day, but it's so expensive. It was like 150 bucks, right? Or no, 170, right? For olive? I couldn't justify that. Aren't group buy prices normally like 130? Yo, Visionary, I see you in chat, dude. What's up, man? Dude, congratulations on the event. That was so awesome. So stoked that that went so well. I saw the, like, did they have it added up? The totals looked like it was at like 20K or something like that. Really incredible. Yeah, building a Polaris tonight. Gonna slap on GMK Terra. Oh, nice. There we go. 30K. That's awesome. So wait, hold on. What's driving it? People are still donating, or is it calculating the auction prices as well? Yeah, Taro is awesome. I love Taro. I had Taro on a Alice that I built for a client. Such a good set. I should have bought that. Yep, okay, so the auction sales are in it too. That makes sense. Okay, so that's what's really been driving the jump up in the donation count. Okay, that's so cool. Dude, what a great event. What's everyone's thoughts been? I mean, I'm assuming that it's all been positive. How's everything going in post? I'm hoping the stress has eased up on you a little bit too. I'm sure that was a busy day. Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, ready to get some sleep, I'm sure, dude. Have you been pulling all-nighters to keep up with this thing, or just not sleeping well? I actually have it, you know what? I actually still have it incorporated into stream. I don't think I deleted, did I delete the banner yet? Oh no, I did. I deleted the banner. I already removed it. Had to stay up pretty late to keep it up. Yeah, with all the paperwork and everything too, I'm sure. Yeah. Debating on putting Kuro, Shiro, or Wob on the Space Gray Polaris. I don't know how I ended up with 3 HHKB boards. And you don't really like the layout. That's a shame. I go through phases with 60%, I guess. I liked HHKB the most first. Then I went to the Win Keyless. I liked Win Keyless a whole lot. And now I'm on the standard poker layout. I've used the standard poker layout for the last couple of 60s I've had. But yeah, Kuro Shiro would be dope. That's the monochrome, right? And is it EPBT? I'm a fan of EPBT over the GMK these days, the ABS. Yeah, that's a steal. 125. That's so nice. So EPBT prices at Group Buy went up though, right? So, and Wob for 95 bucks new. Nice. So Wob is so nice. Like I love it when it's either brand new or super used, like used to the point where it's like nothing except shine. And most of my sets are in transition right now. I've not been typing on WAP much lately, and so those two that I showed you guys back there are needing some love. You know what we're gonna do tonight? I think I really like the idea of WOB on this. We've been talking about it so much. I think we're going to, let's strip the whale. I'm gonna keep the 910 dressed in the WOB, but let's strip the whale. We'll have plenty of keycaps there to work with, and I've got the WOB. I've got the GMK WOB shifts and everything, so that we can pull that stuff in. You know what I might do? I think I actually might use the 910 because I have the 910 already built with wob, and I think it's already got the short right shift on it. I need to double check. I mean, this is for a client build, so we're only gonna be dressing it up for about 48 hours anyways, so. I think the one that I have on my 910 is actually the OG one that has a little bit more shine on it too, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Unless you guys want to see like a beige on it, like beige might look nice. I have an OG NCR, but the only problem with the OG NCR, guys, is that we have to put, look at that, that's pretty nice. We have to put the blank ABS cap on the shift. Yeah, there's no short shift on the OG NCR. Yeah, I got SA caps on my first as well. I did SA Hyperfuse on my first set. Okay, let's plug this guy in and see what we're working with here, guys. I didn't check either. I'm wondering if we have anything bottoming out with the stabilizers. It doesn't look like it. I didn't put washers on all of them though, so I just want to make sure. Those are all good. There we go. We're looking good here, guys. Cool. I found this mouse with this incredible mouse wheel, and it's wireless, and so I get rid of that huge clunking trackball and I go wireless. Like, this mouse wheel is just as good as the L-Track. Actually, I take that back. The mouse wheel on the L-Track is so fine, but that one, the MX Master, is pretty close. All right. Cool. Let's put this thing back together, guys. What do you say? Let me go ahead and clean up just a little bit. I'm gonna put my iron over here before I set anything on fire, because that would not be good. Extra keycaps here, or extra switches, I should say, not keycaps. I'm really excited. This is actually, there's so much acoustic treating in this. This is actually one of, I'm like giddy like a little schoolgirl right now, guys. I've not built a board with this much acoustic treating in it for some time now. Like, I don't think ever, I've never done the treatment where you have the acoustic treating in between the PCB and the plate. Like, that's gonna be really cool. I'm excited for this, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this commercial break. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you guys. All right. But at the same time, it will take me just a second to get cleaned up here. I'm way too OCD to put a fine looking new keyboard just straight on this garbage desk. All right. Move that down there. Unplug this. Let's not unplug my PC. There we go. That door, I'm telling you, my office is now possessed. Okay. Probably not, but we went ham with it anyways. Did I show you guys that? I thought somebody was asking in chat. We went ham with the electrical tape on this. You can see all the little tape that we put on over it. So electrical tape there over that seam was actually stated in the build guide as a suggestion. That was like a follow-up, like, hey, this will actually make it acoustically even better. So I have electrical tape on the top of that. And then I have electrical tape over pretty much every stabilizer and switch cutout that we're not actively using. So was it necessary? No, none of it was necessary. The gaskets aren't necessary. The brass weight's not necessary, but you know, it's all for the overall feel and sound of it. So Sankt Marie, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, so the weight screws on from below, which means that we can get rid of this now since we're done soldering in the messy parts of the build. So we can go here. We do it for the thock. That's right. It's a nice cutout for the oh. Yeah, forgetting things. There's the case foam there. Good catch, good catch. Little things. Okay, and here's the top. Okay. So what's the prescribed method for this foam? Is it better to put it out? Like, oh no, actually there we go. It's nice and smoothed out. It's interesting. Do they have like is there a weight option for polycarb or something? Because they have the cutouts on the foam as if you'd have any underglow going through brass weight, which, spoiler alert, we won't. But is there an option for that somewhere else that I have not seen? All right, all right, all right. This hardware is so tiny, it's funny. Probably saved a little bit of money getting this small, tiny little hardware. Sorry about that. The wind. It is but the wind. Probably just so the legs don't press down the foam, cause fitment issues. Ah, that would make sense. Yep. Yeah, because he really, I guess we're really going for that, you know, vacuum sealed effect with this guy. Pretty much trying to eliminate any gaps in this thing. Gotta be honest, I'm pretty jealous. I'm gonna be searching for one of these, I think, guys. If you or anyone you know has got a Polaris they're trying to get rid of, in probably either the win keyless or the standard poker layout, I would be interested in picking that up. Man, I remember seeing this group buy, but I was sleeping on it. And I don't know why, because it's so cheap. Yeah, right? It is. That was that next level design and aesthetic choice. You know, they've got a great design here too with the way this thing lines up, guys, with the seams and everything. Like, you're not gonna see seam issues and fitment issues with the way this case goes over the top part of it, goes over the sides and onto the bottom. Like, it's a great design choice having it this way. That's right. That aesthetic. There we go. Here we go. Honestly, guys, feels like a $350 board. Like, that's a pretty standard group buy price for like $350, so that you're getting it like somewhere in that $400 range shipped. Honestly, if you can find this board for $400 aftermarket, it's a good deal. You have a little bit of like coloring issues around the edges of the brass. Not the most noticeable thing in the world. I mean, and it's the brass, right? It's under your desk, but you can see the little bit of edges, right? You know, where it's kind of a little bit of discoloration around the edges. Not that big of a deal. Wasn't black weight an option? That'd make it look really clean. Yeah, maybe. I'm not 100% certain. But the port tolerances are really nice. I mean, the seams look really nice. Yeah, overall... Hello, 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 lens. There we go. Yeah, overall, really solid. Yeah, the gold I think looks really nice. Ooh, and look at that. Any nudes available? Nice, guys. Let's get an image here. That's really solid, really cool looking board. Yeah, the military look to it. That would be wild. All right. Really cool stuff there. All right, so what did we decide on? Wob? I think we said wob, right? And I don't think I have the full compatibility for a wob in my drawer here. Let me double check that. I think I might need to strip some off of one of these other pieces here. Let's see. What is that? That's Dolch. Oh, you know what? We do. We got it, boys. We got it, man. I'm stoked. This will be fun. This will be fun, guys. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Minicom. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice. Behold! The sub-legendless bullshit of Minicom. QWE. P. Skip one for I, U. So this is why we're going with Minicom, guys. A, S, D, F, G. Just to give you a little feel. We're gonna have some crazy legends on this thing. This thing is gonna look so dope. And the clean numero with no sub-legends on it for symbols, that's the way. As the Mandalorian would say, this is the way. I just got so much more stoked about this thing now. ASD. ERTY. Nope, that's not right. QWERTY. Can I have this over? Oops. Don't use clicky switches. I can agree with that, just generally. Unless it's Blue Alps. If it's Blue Alps, go for it. Do you want to know how to make clicky switches silent? That would be the way. What's the way to make them silent though? Shift select. That's a funky letter. 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there a way that's not like a meme? I kind of forgot I had Minicom. I'm so stoked about this, guys. This is gonna be so clean. But I don't get it. Why? Why not just buy linears then? Like, do you keep the tactility of it? I don't know. Yeah, it does. The green with the desk mat that I've got going on right now. It was all planned, guys. 200 IQ moves. It was big brain. You know what we did? We moved P over, that's why. I'm going to build my blue Cerakote Lunar soon. With silent brown Alps. Nice. Dude, you're good. Plug away, I don't care. If it's keyboard content, I'm all about supporting everybody. That's what's up. I am so stoked. I forgot how cool these sub-legends are, guys. Oh my goodness. No homing keys on it either. This is the way. This is the way. Look at how funky those alphas are, guys. I love this set. Do you see the like little front print on them too? On the R and the S? So fun. Such a fun, silly little thing. Okay, let's see if we have support for everything else we need here, or if I am going to fall short. I hope I do not fall short. I might need to steal a spacebar off of one of my other boards, because I've got all these stupid small little boy space bars. I don't have any big boy space bars apparently. It's all gravy. We'll find something. Is this mostly going to be, since I've used WOB on my other sets, I think this is mostly going to be bullshit that I don't need. Let's see here. We might need to steal. We might need to steal some stuff, boys. Let's see here. I found a control. I found one proper control. Yeah, we're stealing some stuff. We gotta steal the rest. Found an escape key. Yep, we're stealing the rest. Because I don't see any of the stabilized keys. I don't see any stepped caps lock. Alright. That's all good. We'll Robin Hood this thing. I'll steal the rest of the keycaps we need off my 910 because that should cover the layout and we'll be Gucci. Oh, shoot. I think I was holding up because I just joined the key 65. Okay. Yeah, the key 75 does look pretty sweet. I've got a Think 75, or a Think 6.5, or key 65, I keep saying. I keep said 75. I got a key, I think 6.5 on the way as well, I think here. I think the client who hit me up on that one, I think they're actually getting pretty close to sending it out. So I think I might have the Sing-Up build on Thursday, and then I think I might have the 6.5, the Think on maybe next Tuesday. All right, hold on. Let's get the board we're gonna cannibalize. We should be good with this guy right here. Oh, I'll need to steal another control. I'll need to steal another control from my, oh wait, no we don't, no we don't, no we don't, we're good. Oh guys, this has some cool flex to it. Nice. I'm really stoked for this thing, my friends. I'm super stoked. This is gonna look so good. Yeah, thanks, George. Thought this would be a pretty dope look. I think it is turning out quite nice. Giving us that extra little pop. It's wob with style. Boom. Look at that. All right, hold on. Bye-bye, 910. Oh man, oh man. That wob should look a little different from others because they are Minicom alphas with the front print and the sub legends. Keeping it funky. Keeping it funky, keeping it funky. All right, guys. Smile for YouTube. I should. I should also buy more wob. I should absolutely buy more wob. Wob is the best. Wob is bae. Okay. Boom. Do I not like black on white? I mean, no, I don't not like black on white. It's more or less just the fact that it's not OG. I just like OG plastic so much. Like Yeffy, have you used OG plastic? There's a difference in the consistency that plastic has. That I mean, in my opinion, just makes a huge difference. Okay. Boom. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and stop the music. And let's get some sounds up in here. Let me go ahead and listen to myself here for just a hot second. Okay. There we go. That's a pretty wild sounding spacebar. Man, oh man, pretty cool. All right, let's go over here. Really nice coloring to it. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do... It is. It's my first time using alpacas. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I don't need to listen to myself anymore. Go ahead and move that down so I can actually hear what it sounds like in real life. Because those IEMs are pretty canceling. Okay. Let's go to here. And I'm going to give you guys a sound test here. All right. It's just going to be easier for me to move that up there. Oh, and we can do this too. I locked that, so let me open this up a little bit more. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. Get your guesses in, guys. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go. Let's do this thing. Nice. It sounds really good, guys. I like it a lot. I don't know how it sounds. I'm listening to myself back. The spacebar sounds a little poppier, I think, over my microphone than it does in person. Spacebar sounds really good in person. Ooh. Switch to alpacas, save some money. Yeah, so who had Yeffy? You had the first one pretty darn close. What was I was at 105 for the first one? And then 109 there. Yeah, that's pretty close too. Who's gonna guess it? So alpaca review. Okay. The spacebar has a unique pop to it for sure. There's vintage blacks. There's the alpaca. Definitely a different sound for sure. But that's also a lot of due to with the gaskets. I think they sound really, really good. I like them a lot. They have a nice stock to them for sure. I think all the acoustic treating on this board too really helps as well. I mean, I think this sound really, really cool. Yeah, let's do another test. Redo. Oh, redo. Oh, redo. Man, I'm all over the place with that typing test. Hold on. I just like hearing the backspace so much. I like making mistakes now just to hit it. I missed an opportunity there. Oh man. We had our fast ones before. We're about to lose 112. It's nice, guys. It's really nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So review time. First on the thoughts on the board. The board is super nice. You know, I'm really digging the acoustic treating that's on this thing. It looks really, really good. You know, this weight, as well as just the price tag on it. I mean, this thing is a steal. If you got lucky enough to get in on this thing for the group buy price, kudos to you. I missed it. I did not get one of these at the group buy pricing. Much regret. Much regret. And you know, so you can see where they made conscientious decisions to bring the price down, and I'm okay with everything they did to accomplish that. You know, I think that the anodization of it, the case is really, really nice. The finish of that looks great. The weight is fantastic, but you can see a little bit of, it's hard to tell. It's just discoloring. There's a bit of discoloring. You can see it a little bit here in the seam. You kind of see how that's a little bit of a different shade of brass, but not a big deal. I mean, all brass is gonna patina too as you get your fingerprints on it. I mean, it's gonna change color anyways. I mean, brass is not a static metal. So again, not a big deal. You know, the weight of it, it's pretty hefty. I wish I had a scale. I do not. It's not too bad though. I mean, it's probably about the same weight, give or take, as, you know, maybe a little bit less than like a unicorn. And so it's a decent heft to it. It feels good. It feels good in the hand. It's not shifting around your desk anywhere. The bump-ons are nice. I like the bump-ons that they used here. These flatter cylindrical bump-ons, nice. And then the alpacas. The alpacas are dope. That's just it. I mean, the alpacas are dope. They have a nice little pop to them. They kind of remind me of maybe like a cream or a Gateron ink in terms of the smoothness. I mean, we're looking at like, if I put it on my super conservative scale where like you have the finest tuned Nixie as a 10 of 10, you know, or like, you know, these G80 vintage blacks, a 10 of 10, right? You know, then this is probably in and around that 7 out of 10 mark. It's going to be better than a retool black, right around the same line as like a cream or a Gateron ink. The alpacas are nice. I don't know if the stem, the switch stem, the 5-pin on it is the same as the one that they like, the same thickness, because they didn't hold into the plate as well as I would have liked on this half plate build. But I mean, that's a pretty nitpicky review statement there. Overall, really pretty solid. Anyways, thank you so much everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't go anywhere. We are gonna raid our good bud Chubies. He is online right now, and he is, no kidding, he is actually building a Polaris as well. So we are going to head on over, raid his channel, and see what he is up to tonight. So again, all you guys who are new followers tonight, let me see here. Phase 415, Phase Goatsy. Who else do we have in here? Let's see here. Holton C. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight and following. And yeah, Chubies, who is an East Coaster like myself, Total good lad. We'll go ahead and raid him here. And start that. We are raiding. There we go. And yeah, thanks again so much, guys. I appreciate you all. And we are going to be live if I get the switches in with a Singa 75% build, maybe later on this week, maybe Thursday. I'm waiting on the switches from Remsky. I believe he's sending them in. So yeah, super stoked you guys could tune in tonight. Yep, Justin, super happy for you to get this in your hands, man. I can't wait to photograph it and get it up on the VOD for the YouTubes as well. All right, guys, thanks again, and we'll catch you later on this week, hopefully. Peace out.
He's also getting back into streaming now, so kind of shout out to him. Check out his channel.